From the News Talk STL studios in St. Louis, it's the Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. Tonight, Heather Overstreet, founder of Conservatives of Mid-Missouri, comedian Chrissie Mayr, and the Right Mind studio band, Mitch Murphy and the Murphy Tones. Now putting the fun in your dysfunctional world, here's your host, Todd Showalter.
Do we have that sound effect that goes like wah wah? Because that's the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay.
Hut.
Oh, wah. They're leaving Missouri, and after all the effort that Mike Kehoe and all these people meant, I mean, they put this. Didn't they take all of the money to try to build a stadium, and it didn't work out? And now they're going to Kansas. Wasn't that the situation?
There was a lot of money that was allocated towards vitamins and meat in the actual school lunches, and they said, no more vitamins and meat for the children.
Yeah.
We're going to give it to Mahomes. And you know what? Mahomes, Country Roads, you know, that song, West Virginia.
Right.
Kansas.
It's like
Take me home to Kansas.
It's like the Wizard of Oz. That's where the Wizard of Oz is from. Isn't that kind of... Maybe that'll be the thing. Maybe it'll be like a whole remake of The Wizard of Oz with the Kansas City Chiefs, and there'll be like, and maybe Taylor Swift will be Dorothy. And can you imagine it?
Well, it is Wicked season. They have a big tie-in. They have a lot of partners. So I guess they partnered with the Chiefs and the NFL to move the team as a goof. Yeah, because, you know, Wicked, too, it sucked but it still is going to get nominated, and it's going to win Oscars because people need to see this emaciated girl, Ariana Grande. She weighs like
happened
50
to her?
pounds.
What happened to her?
Every time I see her, she just hosted Saturday Night Live, I think, how far could I throw her?
Yeah, I bet you could throw her like probably as far as Kansas, where the Chiefs are moving.
It's 20 minutes is where they're going to be outside from downtown, so it's barely a move. It's like $3 billion to put a dome on the stadium.
Deal.
They're getting domed up over in Kansas.
Yeah,
no one cares.
Well, and I told you just a little while ago. I mean, the thing is, you look at New York, okay? You have the New York Jets, you have the New York Giants, and basically they do. Not basically, they do not play in New York. They play in New Jersey, across the river. So big deal. I mean, first of all, I'm tired of the Chiefs. Okay, did I tell you I'm not a big Chiefs fan? Did you know that?
I knew that.
Yeah, you did know that. And now, so if I'm not a Chiefs fan, I don't care that they're leaving. It goes all the way back to the Big Red. Okay, the Big Red used to be the football Cardinals in St. Louis before they left, because all the football teams from Missouri, they leave. Okay, you had the Big Red. They went to Arizona. You have the Rams. Kroenke took them to L.A. Now you have the Chiefs. They're leaving. So it's kind of a tradition to leave Missouri. But you see, the Big Red, that was the big rivalry. We always hated the Chiefs because they would, go at it and, they'd fight it out, and they'd anyway, they play football. But so I was never a Chiefs fan, and so I never got on this bandwagon. And then when you have the snivelly little snots, like, Mahomes, you can tell I'm not a fan. Mahomes and that Kelce, whatever the
Fauci and Kelce.
Fauci, whatever. And then the whole Taylor Swift crap. I mean, all that. So I was never a fan. So you know what? As far as I'm concerned, they can move to Alaska. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm. It seems like they're going to try and do the XFL, UFL type thing, where all the teams just practice in one state.
Yeah.
Because they do that in the XFL, UFL. They do the Texas thing. Every team, all 6 of them are down in Texas, and then they split up to go to their respective cities.
Right.
Every team I hear is just going to move to Indiana eventually.
You think so?
The Chicago Bears are moving to Indiana.
Are they?
And then if the offer is big enough, I bet Kansas City Chiefs could still move to Indiana if they swoop in and take them.
Why not? I mean, there's nothing in Kansas.
It's very centralized in Indiana, yeah.
Kansas is like, have you ever been through Kansas? You got to go through Kansas to get to anywhere important. I mean, if you're going to out west or something like that, there's nothing in Kansas. Okay, they have one. Okay, I did, my brief college tour where I hit I think I went to every university in the entire country at one point, but I was briefly at the University of Kansas in Lawrence. Okay, till I decided, nah, I don't want to be here. But that city there was like the only city in all of Kansas that actually had a hill and maybe like a Pizza Hut. I mean, everything else was just a field of just like wheat and dirt. And this is where the Kansas City Chiefs are going. And I personally don't care.
It was an act of seduction. The Kansas governor is a woman.
Yes.
Do you know her name? We're not allowed to say it usually.
Oh,
it's Laura.
Yes, we can't.
The Chiefs were seduced by Kansas Governor Laura Kelly.
Oh, wow.
And she went up to Roger Goodell, more like Baddell.
Oh, yeah.
And said, I'm going to dance for you like one of those basket snakes over there in Aladdin World. And he succumbed.
He did what?
He succumbed to the woman's dances.
He succumbed to
and
the
that's
woman.
Why they're doing the Trail of Tears now. The Indians kicked off their own land again, and they're going to cry their way all the way to Kansas. Maybe it'll make sense. The Indians do like boring buffalo-type prairies and stuff. I think they got a lot of prairies in Kansas.
It's all prairies. They have prairies, tornadoes, and the Wizard of Oz. That's basically all they have, and I don't care. And here's the thing I think is the best. The best part of them moving, the Rams moving, everything, I think this is the ground floor opportunity, not just for St. Louis, but Kansas City at Missouri, Missouri, okay, I'm not going to say Missouri, as a whole. This is our turn, our chance to get ground level one into professional pickleball, because you heard that professional pickleball is now a thing. I bet you everybody, can you imagine filling the Dome in Arrowhead just to watch a couple of old farts out there playing pickleball? I bet you could do it. I mean, I would go watch it. Maybe for a minute, and you'd go if it was promo night, wouldn't you?
Of course. And, they used to be the Dallas Texans.
Yep, they did.
And then they became the Kansas City Chiefs.
There's a lot of history. I mean, it goes back to, and I said they even went to the Super Bowl. They had Len Dawson.
Cowboys versus Indians is what it sounds like to me. Yeah.
Cowboys and Indians, exactly. And the thing about the Chiefs, because the Redskins had to wuss out to all the woke people, they couldn't become, we can't be the Redskins anymore. It's offensive to
We're
people
your
with
legal
Redskins.
guardians now. You have to do what we tell you because we changed our name to Guardians. Stop making fun of us.
Guardians, that is the stupidest name in the entire world. That and then they also had the Commanders or the Commodores, and the Commodores was what Lionel Richie played for, right? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, but they didn't want these woke people wanted the Chiefs to change their name to something like, I don't know, like the Snowflowers or something like that, but they wouldn't do it, and I think that's part of the reason why they had to go to Kansas.
I don't think you can blow up Arrowhead Stadium. You have to keep it because that is tribal land.
It is tribal.
I guess you bury is it an Indian burial ground? And then we have another poltergeist situation going on. It's haunted. As soon as they leave in 2031, it's immediately going to be marked as haunted.
Well, what are you going to do? That's the other thing, too. That's like the stupid thing with the Rams.
They're here, but they're gone.
They're leaving. So what are you going to do? I mean, for 8 years, you're supposed to pretend like they're still your team. Can you imagine, if the lovely Eric had said to you, hey, you know what, Joey, I'm leaving, and I'm going to be shacking up with somebody else in 5 years, but I'm just going to stay with you until he has the house built. You know what I would say to lovely Laura? I would say, you've hurt my feelings, and you're going to have to sleep in the car. That's what I would say. Can you imagine? I mean, you're just supposed to pretend like you're a Missouri, Kansas City Chiefs fan when you know that they're leaving to the gorgeous metropolitan area of Kansas?
It's like, how are people expected to pick up their trash at the future games?
Yeah.
They go, if you don't care about it and you think this is a dumpster fire of a place to live, why should I? And they're just going to throw it on the ground. And that's what I would do. If I knew my girl was going to break up with me in 8 years, I'd stop cutting the grass. I'd stop doing dishes.
It's not just breaking up. No, she's not. She's also moving in to someone else's home. All right, and she's told you this years in advance, Joey. And she's batting her, those beautiful Eric eyes, Joey. I just want you to know, that's it, right there. I just want you to know that I'm going to be moving on to a much bigger, grander house in 5 years. And
with a roof.
With a roof.
You should have put a roof on this house. That's why I can't stay here.
And there's no arrowheads.
It messes up my hair.
Plush blankets, and you're just supposed to go along with it, pay your hard-earned cash that you make here, to pay the mortgage, and knowing that she's gonna bolt. Nope, I think it's terrible.
Well, good luck with that new address, because girl, we live in St. Louis right now. Pretty easy to spell. You're moving to Wyandotte County.
Oh wow,
Wyandotte County, Kansas.
That can you imagine that logo?
Oh jeez, the Wyandotte, Kansas Chiefs.
Oh, it's so sad.
Get out of here.
What is Taylor Swift gonna do? You think she's going to be, I bet she writes a song about that.
She wouldn't be caught dead in Kansas.
Why don't you open are you going to open your Christmas gifts yet? Because it is the, this show is after Christmas, but we work so dang hard that, we don't get to celebrate it until did I just stutter? Celebrate it until afterwards. So I want you to, now I brought this in a nice red, that's the wrapping. That's wrap. I didn't use that to wipe. Now, if you notice, I got something for the lovely Erica first. Okay.
Ooh, chocolates.
Chocolates, okay. Because
she's got a hot little body, and we're going to melt this and have a little fondue of the skin.
Yep, that's exactly what I was hoping you would
peppermint.
do.
I hope that doesn't burn the orifices.
Well, actually, it's you don't have to brush your teeth if you eat these because your breath already smells good. Mm-hmm. Believe me, that's what I do. And now reach in here. There may
Ninja Turtle socks. Look at how angry they look because they're getting stepped on.
Now, is this the one you wanted? Because there's like Michelangelo, and then there's Dr. Spock or something like this. Is that the right Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, this is the orange one, and I like the orange one.
Okay, now I want you to dig a little deeper here because this is all part of our new big movement we're starting. As you
something from the Todd S. Prod merch store.
Well, but you take part in this because it's part of us being gurus. We're taking over. It's washed and everything. It's as you know that big let them crap that Mel Robbins started. We decided to have our own movement called Who Cares, and you, buddy, my bestest buddy in the whole world, get to display it.
Mel Robbins was just nominated for a Golden Globe. That's how much of a sick joke the Golden Globes are. It's 400 foreign press critics who pick which famous people they want in their audience.
Yeah.
And they're all so demented that they decided to nominate a self-help guru to come and get them on the right track of being an actual award show like the Oscars. That makes no sense. Best podcast? Best podcast is a category at the Golden Globes now. And they invited Mel Robbins and not us.
Oh, what a bunch of BS that is. And I tell you what, and she's not even real. I mean, she's just she just comes up with stuff and, has a T-shirt and gets to be on the Golden Globes. Now you have your T-shirt. And I think we're going to be on the Silver Globes. What do you think? Do they have the Silver Globes?
That's a Christmas Carol lyric. Silver Globes aglow.
That's it. You're
White
exactly
Christmas.
Right. In the meantime, I am Todd Showalter along with my bestest buddy Joey V. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, comedian Chrissie Mayr. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who's been called the Seinfeld of political cartoons and the Kramer of saying things that get him in trouble. Todd Showalter.
Hey, we're back. I'm Todd Showalter along with my bestest buddy Joey V. And now our favorite is on the line here. Boy, I can't wait to hear what's going on with Baby Frank, though. That's the main thing. Here's Chrissie Mayr. What's going on, my friend?
Hi. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it's the end of the year.
Yep, sure is. That's how it happens. It starts in the beginning, then it ends, and there's a bunch of junk in between. How's your year been? I mean, we've talked before. I mean, it hasn't been a whole year, but how's it been since the last time we spoke?
Oh, it's been good. I'm so tired. I don't know if you remember, but I have a baby.
Yeah, baby Frank.
Hey, baby Frank. And I was actually a geriatric pregnancy. Which is what happens when you get pregnant over the age of 35.
Really?
And actually, yeah, the baby's first word was exhausted.
Exhausted?
Yes. I don't know where he got that from.
Well, I can only imagine. So are you exhausted?
Oh, yes. But I have perfected my iced coffee recipe. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I want to hear it. What is it?
Okay. Step 1, have kids or one kid, whatever. Multiple kids. Step 2, make hot coffee. Step 3, forget about it and then drink it 3 hours later when it's cold.
I like that. It's efficient too. Are you drinking a lot of iced coffee then?
Oh yeah. It's you just gotta drink it before a skin forms on the top of it.
Well, you said geriatric. Was it a geriatric birth, like you had baby Frank in a nursing home, or is that just?
No, wouldn't that have been great?
Yeah, entertainment galore. Sure. Yeah, I can only imagine.
I would give everybody a show. I'd be like, look, for those of you that are old and haven't seen a Smash in a while, come over.
Yeah, watch. Oh, there it's baby Frank. Well, how's he doing? Was he about a year and a half now?
He's 20 months. He's just leaving toys everywhere, and I don't really see them as Legos on the floor. I just see it as free acupuncture for my feet.
Do you have the Legos yet? Because those are the worst. You step on those, and my God, it's like, oh, yeah.
It's pretty brutal. It's
Yeah.
pretty brutal. Yeah, the baby's great. It's just he and I love being married. Being married's the best.
You
I'm
still
sure you have
do?
a lot of. I'm sure you have a lot of married listeners.
Oh yeah.
Now when my husband says that I got a big load for you, he means laundry.
A big well, that's because you were Joey. You just said they called you the hog, and you had something. And now a big load. Wow. Okay. Wow. Now this is you got baby Frank, and now this is senior Frank, right? Because you got the two Frank.
Yes.
Senior.
He's not quite a senior yet, but
Senior Frank. Oh, he's not a senior, but he's just older Frank. Okay, not
can you
geriatric.
imagine? Like, yes, I'm married to a 75-year-old. Surprise!
Well, you said that you're is a geriatric person. I didn't know. I mean, I just
it's true.
take them as they come here. Well, you're back on your comedy tour. You're doing stand-up. You're going around, the country again. I mean, wait, because last time we talked, I don't think you had started that up again. So how's that all going?
Oh yes, it's doing great. I don't know if I want to. I'm trying to see if I can come up with a new. I'm so tired all the time from being a mom. I want to see if I can come up with a new form of comedy called laying down comedy. I really don't have it in me to be standing up anymore.
Well, there's no. Yeah, you have stand up. You have laying down. That could be a whole new thing for you. Yeah.
Yeah. If they could just put like a couch on the stage with a microphone, and I could just lay just angle the microphone towards the couch. That would be great.
What do you got going on? Like, I mean, as far as like, is the family getting involved with the whole baby Frank stuff? Have you gotten in any situations where, I mean, is everybody getting along? Is where I'm going with this.
Everybody is, definitely getting along. Like he's climbing up and down stairs. Like he'll be quiet for 2 minutes, and I'm like, he's about to light something on fire, or he's like halfway up the stairs. He's very mischievous, and like I've had to make several like dives to save him, like from falling off a bed, or like it's normally like from falling off a bed, and then like both my knees like go crashing onto the floor. But I've had some good catches that I wish I could have recorded, and I could post them online and have them go viral, but I just had.
Well, there's still time.
What I should do is set up my phone and just let him put him on the bed or put him up somewhere high and wait for magic to happen. Yeah,
as long as you catch him. And otherwise, family services shows up. From what I understand, they did at my house at least. Yeah. Well, so I'm assuming. I mean, because you're like a real progressive person now. No, you're not. I'm just saying that. But I mean, you're going to be homeschooling them now. I'm sure, because that's the new hot hip thing now. I've got a relative that's homeschooling their kid, and the kids. I mean, he was stupid to begin with, but I mean, now he's really getting dumber. So are you going to do the whole homeschooling thing, or are you going to let him go to regular school?
I might do homeschool. Like, why not? And then the homeschool is just going to be teaching him like one-liners and knock-knock jokes.
That's what I'm saying. And that's really all you need. I mean, Chrissie, I'm serious. Like when I went to public school, okay, all I remember are the jokes. I can't remember. I can't add. I can't subtract. I don't know what a vowel.
No.
I don't know what a vowel is.
No one needs to know. Why do we know how to do? We don't need to do math. That's what Asians are for. Like what?
You hit it on the head. I know, exactly. And now you got ChatGPT, you got Google, you got calculators. I mean, seriously, it is a beautiful time if you're somebody like, you don't have to, you just stick to the jokes, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. And even all these jokes are written by ChatGPT. No, I'm kidding.
That doesn't work, because I actually tried it. Because with the
I've tried, and they're not funny.
No.
Like ChatGPT or Grok cannot come up with funny jokes. Like, they're so lame. In fact, like, this is actually what I typed in. I'm like, give me a mom joke about cleaning. And this is what they came up with. I dreamed my house was spotless. Then I woke up and apologized to the vacuum. What the hell does that mean?
It's like you're ready for Halloween, but you can't make a living off this stuff. No, I don't know.
It's so bad.
It's really bad. And everybody's worried about this, AI taking over everything. I don't know. I mean, I don't think you have to worry about AI taking over joke writing, because because I've tried it with my comics, and it's like really just stupid, It's just like, remember Bazooka Joe? You'd open that gum and there'd be some stupid joke on the inside. Those are like the ChatGPT jokes. Yeah, although I did, I tell you what, though, I don't want to get too graphic, but I did learn on ChatGPT how to give myself my own vasectomy, and it worked.
Wow.
Yeah, between that and a YouTube video. Yeah.
Did you do it?
I don't know. I'll let you know in a month or so if it worked. How's that sound?
So it was like, give yourself your own vasectomy. Take your pants off, lay down in the street, and see what happens.
That's right. It's like, oh, tire tracks. Wow. Well, you got your show going on too, because you've got the your podcast and everything. You've got how many shows do you have now?
Not enough, but that's fine. I can just make the baby laugh, and that's enough for me. I'll be in New York City on December 28th at Rodney's.
Yeah.
It's actually the club that used to be the old Dangerfield Club.
Oh,
there
yeah,
on,
sure. Okay. Yeah.
62nd Street. And that's going to be a show for my comedian friend, Gino Visconti. So there'll be a bunch of different comedians there.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds like fun. What about as far as I've noticed that you're smart enough to stay out of St. Louis because of the nonstop bullets and gunfire. I mean, are you ever going to come out this way?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I need to find like a really cute bulletproof vest.
I have one.
I haven't found the right one.
I told you before. I mean, I got you one, and so we'll pick you up at the airport. We'll get you all flanked and everything, and you'll be ready to go.
I need like a bulletproof skirt. I need like a bulletproof shoes.
Yeah.
I need the whole outfit.
Oh, you got it all. Yeah, but we got shoes, the whole 9 yards. Don't worry about it. So you got anything else coming up that you want to talk about? Anything you want to pitch?
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to, follow me on Twitter, all the things. I got a bunch of, I have a home podcast studio, so I have people. I mean, I don't know why you would ever come to New York. Don't do it. But if you find yourself in New York, I'd love to have you over to the studio to do a podcast. But really, it's just I'll be booking more shows eventually here and there, wherever they'll have me, and like as soon as the baby's old enough to sell my merch shirts, I could take him on the road with me. But right now he's just pretty useless.
Thank you for joining us. I look forward to the next time. And tell baby Frank, give him a big hug for us, will you?
Oh, I will. And Todd, I just put your Christmas card in the mail. So
I was going to ask about that because I hadn't gotten your Christmas card. Is it the big family one?
No, it's coming. It'll be there.
Okay. I tell you, because I only get two, and yours is one of them, so I'll be looking for it.
Who's the other one?
Joey. His actually showed up because the mail here where I live, it's like throwing a message in a bottle. If you get it like within the next year, you're lucky. So if I get your Christmas card by Memorial Day, it'll be a good day.
Oh, I hope it gets there I don't know, in a week. How fast is the mail?
It depends. Here, it's non-existent. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I usually open my mail right before I go to bed at night, about 1 a.m. If I have it, I'm going to give you a call right when you open it. We can talk about it. How excited I am.
You don't have it. I put it in the mail today.
Oh, okay. It's in the mail. Got it. Okay.
It'll get there. It'll get there before Christmas.
I sure hope so. All right. I look forward to it. Well, thank you, my friend, for joining us, and I look forward to the next time, okay?
Thanks, Todd.
All right. Bye-bye. Here
Bye.
she goes. We'll find out what's going on with Heather Overstreet when we come back. In the meantime, I am Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, Heather Overstreet, founder of Conservatives of Mid-Missouri. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who is so viral, he puts the flu in influencer. Todd Showalter.
And we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. And on the line now, as Joey, I just mentioned, she's a rising star. I think she is a star at this point. Heather Overstreet. Heather, how are you, and how are things with Conservatives of Mid-Missouri and becoming a rising conservative activist and everything you've got going on?
Oh, good. I mean, I don't know if I would say I'm a star per se. I mean, I've definitely gained some traction, but, the conservative movement, I think we really are growing, and I like to think that God still really cares about our nation, and that's a good thing, I think.
Oh, yeah.
TPUSA has done great work, but I think the rest of us are doing really great, too. I think we should just keep going and stand up for the truth even when it's hard, because it's going to be hard, and it's going to get harder.
Yeah, what do you think about the TPUSA Turning Point? For those that don't know what that is, in Arizona just recently. I mean, were you following that pretty closely?
I wouldn't say I was following it closely. I think Turning Point is a wonderful organization. I just never went to college. It's primarily for college students, so it's not something that naturally resonates with me, but I think it's powerful stuff, and I think we need them. I did see a couple clips from there that were really neat. There's definitely some drama within the conservative movement that I don't really appreciate. Just some other conservative creators like Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro and, all these people that are beefing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really appreciate that, but all things considered, I would say that's a pretty mild critique, and I hope everybody gets over it and we can all learn to fight for the same cause together, even if we don't get along.
Yeah, I heard something. I want to get your take on it. I mean, some people are saying like that Nick Fuentes, or what was his name? Something like that.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of people that are involved with this thing that are almost giving. I don't want to say they're plants, but I mean, they're kind of giving the conservatives a bad name, a bad look. And some people are saying, well, they really weren't part of the group when we were really starting all this stuff. Do you think they're actually diehard involved, or do you think they're just out to give the conservatives a bad name?
Well, the short answer is I don't know. I'm not one of those people that tries to assume intentions. My dad always said, ask questions, and then if nobody gives you an answer, the only thing left to do is assume. And I've never met these people. I've never gotten the chance to ask them what they truly believe. Nick Fuentes did an interview with Tucker Carlson. I really liked that interview. I heard Steven Crowder did one too. I am not a Fuentes fan. I don't, his work, I can speak for his work because I've listened to quite a bit of that. I don't think his work is productive.
Uh-huh.
Whether he calls himself a conservative or not, it doesn't really matter to me because my morals lie in the fact that I'm a Christian before I'm a conservative.
Yeah.
So you can be, you could be a Democratic conservative, so it's just one of those things.
Well, and that's a good point too, because it used to be. It wasn't until I think, in my opinion, just recently that a lot, the Democratic Party became so extreme. And I think there still are factions of the Democratic Party that kind of want to go back to those days where, I don't want to say moderate, but they weren't as, all left-wing radical lunatics as they are right now. Mm-hmm. So I think, and in fact, I think a lot of Democrats of old would have been Republicans nowadays. Right now, when you're looking at, you mentioned that, for those who don't know, you're in Columbia, where the University of Missouri is, probably, in my opinion, one of the wokest, most liberal areas of Missouri. And you being, mm-hmm. and that's where you're based. You're a conservative. This is where your home, where you are, where you launch all this. What's that like? Do you get any pushback?
Oh yeah, all the time. I'm currently getting chewed up and spit out online because I said that Columbia shouldn't give $1 million to housing the homeless. They should give $1 million to help building the jails bigger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the homeless are homeless for a reason. They're homeless because they have bad behavior. And unfortunately, this liberal party is the party that's soft on crime. And you just see all of these terrible things happening in these blue cities. And then they blame the red state. Well, it's not the red state, it's the blue city. And so I face a lot of pushback all the time. But to be honest, when I go out in public, people come up and say hi to me, and they're so sweet. I've never had one of these weirdos on the internet come up and say anything to me. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that they don't, but I do think that the internet is not quite a real place yet.
No, yeah, I totally agree with you on that. It's just really so strange because you've got, I think it's, we've said it before, that you've got the silent majority that at this point is starting to not be as silent. But I think if you really were just to take off, the magic blanket everybody's hiding under, I think there are a lot more level-headed, common sense, people like ourselves out there that just really don't want to speak out. Do you see that? Do you see that even in Columbia, where things aren't so, it appears that Columbia is just a liberal nut house. Do you think there are a lot more, solid conservatives there that just aren't speaking out?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if I can just give Heather's opinion, it's that this world spins around because of us hardworking conservative people. And I'm not saying that liberals don't work hard or that they don't have jobs that are important, but I just do see a trend in who are the welders, who are the construction workers, who are the people that are the backbone to the infrastructure here. And that being said too, like these are people that are working hard and life demands so much from them. Like I don't think all these people want to sit here and argue with a headline. It's just, I just don't think there's room for it. Like these people have kids and jobs. And I just think it's unfortunate because the government is supposed to be made up of us. And I think at some point, even though, you have your life going on and you have kids and you have work and you have all of these things that you're working on, it is your responsibility to be involved politically, at least to a degree. We don't have to do it all in the same way. But the silent majority is true. And I think they have a good reason, but I don't think the reason is good enough.
No, I agree with you. And I think that, and hopefully, as things move along, things will hopefully change. We'll see. We've got different things happening every day with, Donald Trump. What you've got, the country obviously improving. You have different things that are actually, going into effect that we're going to, I think, over the next few months, we're going to reap huge benefits from. We've got our liberal media, though, Heather, that tries to, pretty much quaff that and put a blanket over that so we don't know about it. Do you think we're going to get to a point, and again, this is very subjective, we're just talking what your opinion is. Do you think it's going to get to a point, whether in Columbia or nationwide, where it's just going to be too hard to cover up that we're actually starting to do well?
Yeah, it's funny you brought that up. Before you called me, I was actually working on a script for a podcast that I'm doing, and it's about the news media. And they've been lying for so long, and it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And the reason why they do it, the short answer is money. Mm-hmm. But I do think that you can't lie forever. And we've seen that throughout history. And, one of the things I like to do on my platform is find those articles, big or small, and prove that they're not true. And I post it. Like, I really hope that more people really look into the headlines. It's anything from as small as like they can't even get a crash report correctly to they're telling you that you need to get vaccinated or you're going to die. Like it's just
yeah. And that's all starting up again too. All this vaccine crap. They're starting to get that. So that I don't know, Big Pharma needs some more money or what, but that's all starting to roll. But you talk about even going back even to the media. I have a relative, a niece that went through the Mizzou J School. Okay, who very level-headed kid, and I remember from journalism. The first rule of journalism is objectivity. It doesn't matter where you stand. Or who you are, or what it's getting the facts right, and that is the core of journalism. And the University of Missouri J School, that used to be a premier J School, I say used to be because I don't give it any credit anymore. Now, this particular relative of mine, they were being taught in the J School to put your feelings more into stories and things like that. Well, I don't know about you, Heather, but when I want to know what's right or wrong, I don't care what your feelings are. I want to know what happened, and I don't care how you feel about it. I want to know what the news is. And so my fear is that you're still going to have this whole generation of J School graduates coming out that we're not going to get the full truth from. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that your feelings can lead you to truth, but your feelings aren't truth. So there is a common thing that conservatives say, and it's that facts don't care about your feelings. And that's not 100% true, because Jesus cares about your feelings, so there's something there. I just think that people, when they only rely on their feelings, that's where we have like this terrible like snowball effect where it's just like, it just becomes selfish because people are like, oh, it's all about my feelings and how I feel and what my pronouns are and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's selfish. Mm-hmm. But there is some truth to your feelings leading you to something that is factual. Like you get like an inkling, or people say, oh, I just have this feeling. I think language is really important. And I don't think that facts don't care about your feelings. I think they do to a degree. I think life is all about balance. And I just don't want to see an overcorrection from the right where it's feelings don't matter, because they do to a degree, but it's just not what it's all about. Traditionally, from my understanding, the the Democrats and the Republicans were supposed to balance each other out. And the whole structure of our government and the United States of America is, the foundation of it is checks and balances. That's why we have the different branches and stuff. And so, the first Republican wasn't in until Abraham Lincoln. So I just really hope we don't swing too far the other way too, like you mentioned earlier, Fuentes, and we're dealing with the news and just all of these things that are really bad.
When you're looking at the media, though, and you're looking at, and I'm all for, if you want to have like op-eds, you have, a commentary and things like that. If I want to go to the op-ed page or a commentary or something like that, what I do with my comics, that's very, me. It's a bit subjective, and that's not based on facts any more than an editorial is. If I'm going and I want to learn, say about the vaccines or things like that, or if I want to learn about, some political candidate, what they said in a speech or something. I mean, as someone that consumes the media, wants to know the news. I don't, if a Republican goes up there and says something terrible, I want to know exactly what happened. And the same thing, if a Democrat goes up and says something terrible, I want to hear about it. I want to know what happens. I think what we're getting now, and again, this too is subjective, is that we have a media that is, well, first of all, they're owned. The majority of our mainstream media is owned by large corporations, and when a large corporation owns the media, you're kind of at the whim of what they want you to say. Unfortunately, that is what the fear I have. And then the other thing, as far as universities. We talked about the last time you were on, there is indoctrination going on in our universities. How does that, when you're supposed to be a factual news reporter and you're being indoctrinated to think a certain way and interject that narrative into your news, how do we really know what's going on?
Yeah, my dad, he's one of my best friends, and I've just learned so much from him. He always taught me the truth is your responsibility to seek. So indoctrination can go so many different ways. I think right now we're dealing with indoctrination from the left. I do think that the liberal ideology is evil, and I don't mean that lightly. And I do think it's important that we stand up to that. But I just think it's important that across the board we try to be level-headed and just remember that personal responsibility is probably the most important. And, you mentioned earlier, like correctly quoting political figures and candidates. I 100% agree with that. That's where an example of where your feelings don't matter. Somebody says what they say, and there's no need to twist what they say. And then the other thing too is there are implications behind what people say. So, for example, like if Trump said something that's really spicy and we don't like it, it could go both. If it could go both ways, and just leave it neutral. One of those things. So I would prefer more neutrality as far as quoting people goes and, little things like that. But as far as the big picture goes, I think if you're going to ask me what the most important thing is as far as indoctrination and this and that, I would say, like, one, we really need Jesus. And two, having a relationship with Jesus is a personal responsibility. And again, this all just ties into us as individuals having our own morals.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I'm going to say one more thing. But the left claims that they're all about individualism, but they're anti-capitalist. And capitalism is fundamentally giving back to the individual. So I think there are a lot of lies out there. I'm battling the left right now. I just think it's important not to swing too far one way. And the media is just people. Behind all that, all those logos and whatever corporations, they are people. So.
No, that's true. That's true. Well, you bring up the the Jesus aspect, because I'm a huge follower of Jesus. Do you think we've talked about before, and I've talked about in other shows about spiritual wars and things like that, where we get a lot of pushback from people, especially when you say you're a strong Christian. Do you get that? Because you think about you got your metropolitan areas like St. Louis, Kansas City, things like that. Now Columbia is metropolitan too, obviously. But do you get pushback from being an outspoken Christian as well?
Oh yeah, especially on like the homeless issue, because again, I'm about personal responsibility, and you probably know this, but like the homeless, for example, are not about personal responsibility. They do drugs all day and hurt everybody else. Well, whenever I talk about the homeless needing consequences versus enabling that behavior, that's probably the number one issue where they're like, aren't you a Christian? Where's your compassion? And it's like, haven't y'all ever picked up and read the Bible? Like, it says, don't give a man a fish when you can teach him how to fish.
Exactly right. Yeah.
and that person has to want to learn how to fish too. It's so, yeah, I definitely, people think, I don't know, that Jesus was maybe like a pacifist or something. I'm just like, all right, well, and it's just, the bottom line is like, that's my relationship with God, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
I don't let it bother me too much.
Right. Okay. Well, how's the before we let you go, tell us a little bit about how people can get on board with Conservatives of Mid-Missouri. How can they follow your podcast, and how can they just follow you in general? Because like I said, every time I turn around, you're popping up on Instagram or on Facebook or something. You're doing great, and I want other people to get on board. So how can they do that?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm on most platforms. If you just search Heather Overstreet, I will come up. I have a website too, heatheroverstreet.com, if you want to read some more about what I believe in. Also on Facebook, if you want to be a part of the movement, even if you're not necessarily a fan of mine, but you just want to find other conservatives, I have a group on Facebook called Conservatives of Missouri.
Okay.
And then if you're in Mid-Missouri, there's another one that's more specific to that, and it's Conservatives of Mid-Missouri.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
I've got to
those
do
are-
that. Okay, so I'm on Conservatives of Mid-Missouri. Can I move up to like the Conservatives of Missouri then? Or do you do like
Yeah.
a vetting process?
You can do both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. My Conservatives of Missouri has almost 6,000 followers in it. So it's growing. There's a lot of good discussions on there. You can chat with like-minded people. And I hope someday, if I continue to grow and succeed and all that good stuff, I'd love to have like an event for us conservatives.
You're definitely on your way. I gotta tell you, and I love what you're doing. I mean, you're always interesting. I enjoy talking to you here, and I also just like watching all the stuff that you're doing because you make you think. It makes a person think about stuff, and that's really I see a lot of people out there doing stuff just for their own personal benefit, but you make people think, and I think you're doing great work. So keep it up, Heather, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, talk soon, and thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Yep, bye.
We were talking about journalism with her and whether it's a little skewed. But big story that broke was that 60 Minutes had a story about Trump and the new head of CBS News, Barry Weiss, a woman. Barry Weiss,
right?
A confusing name.
I thought it was Barry White.
No, Budweiser is who you were thinking of.
Lovely lady.
Barry Weiss, she decided to pull a story about Trump, something about criminals. But you know what? I think the real problem is that the NFL goes long.
Right.
Cuts into 60 minutes, and they only get 45 minutes.
Don't get me going.
It was nothing about a political censorship. It's just they only have that much time because, the Cowboys had to get eliminated from the NFL playoffs.
But you know what? The kid that Blake, my son, is friends with.
I've met him. Great guy.
Blake or his friend?
Blake, I've met your son.
Okay, well, because down at Southeast when he had his sports show down there, his Ryan Fordnoy, the kid that went to Southeast and is now starting for the Cowboys. It's like, and Southeast is it's a big, it's D1, but it's not a huge school, and he had a touchdown in that game.
What?
Yep, he did. And not only that, and he was supposed to do a special kind of gesture or something to Blake, and he didn't do it. And then I said, "Don't worry, he's going to do a gesture to me," and he did. And I think he has a $5,000 fine now or something because you're not supposed to point with that finger. Mm-hmm. No, he didn't do that. I'm kidding. No, but he did have a touchdown. What do you think about that?
The Canadians, they're communists. They don't believe in American football.
Yeah,
They have the Canadian Football League, so they don't even play the NFL up there. So apparently 60 Minutes, not interrupted by real American football, so they played the whole segment. So it's not even about censorship.
No,
Plus, they gave it a stupid name in Spanish. How was I supposed to stay tuned in? So they were talking about some of the deportation centers that they send the illegals to.
Right.
And it is called CICOT. And that's the Centro de Confinamiento de Terrorismo.
Well, that is beautiful. That sounds like a salad dressing almost. Can you say it again?
Why would I pay attention to that? It doesn't affect me.
Sounds
if it was called Epcot, the secrets behind Epcot, I would have tuned in.
Oh, the secrets behind Epcot. There are secrets behind Epcot, aren't there?
Yeah, they have the tunnels that go underneath Magic Kingdom. Not exactly Epcot, but there's a lot of orgies that happen with the people who have the furries.
Wait a
the
second.
furry people that wear the full creatures.
But that's not at Disney, is it? The furries are they're like grown adults that dress up as furry animals, and they think that's hot.
Disney's the number one perpetrator of expanding the furry community. Yes, the guy who's inside the Beast costume is getting it on with the guy in front of who's inside the Pluto costume.
Get out here.
In the tunnels that go underneath Magic Kingdom so that the different themes don't intermingle. You can't have a guy from the Colonial District walking through the Space District.
Why?
So they got tunnels that go underneath. I don't know why.
What about when the borders were open? Couldn't they do it then?
Open the borders at Disney.
Open the borders, let them all. Oh, hi there, Minnie. Oh, whoa, what are you doing over there with Pluto?
You probably didn't pay too much attention to the 60 Minutes thing because nobody watches 60 Minutes
Here
anymore.
is the thing.
The only reason is because they have the lead in of football. People forget to change the channel at dinner.
I'm going to leave it at this. This is what really gets me irked about the NFL.
Did I do that? I just got irked.
We are very, very particular about our story time, okay? Because we have a very regimented schedule. We start our story time at 8:55, all right? We watch our stories until 10 o'clock when one of the newscasts, Channel 4, okay, it comes on. And if that is delayed by some stupid CBS show that's been preempted because of the NFL game prior, that means I have to stay up until, if I choose to, until almost 10:30 to get my news. You're getting tired, but this story gets better. And you know what that does? It cuts into my beauty sleep, and that really irks me the whole next day. Well, you know what I always say, and now you also always say, don't you?
I do.
If you don't have a right mind, you don't have a mind at all.
Till next time, bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. To find out about all things Todd, go to toddsprod.com. We will see you next Saturday night at 5 p.m. right here on 101.9, 94.1 News Talk STL, and always streaming online at newstalkstl.com.